Welcome to Section 2. In the first section, we reviewed what AI really is, how it works, and why knowing that matters for your leadership. Now we're shifting our focus. This section is about reframing how you and your organization think about AI, moving from anxiety and uncertainty to seeing genuine opportunity for business growth, competitive advantage, and innovation. Let's acknowledge something important. Uncertainty about AI is completely natural. Every major technological shift in business history has triggered similar responses. When personal computers arrived in offices, people worried about job security and struggled to understand how these machines would fit into their work. When the internet transformed commerce, established companies questioned whether they needed to adapt or if it was just hype. The anxiety around AI follows the same pattern, but it's amplified because AI feels different. It seems more capable, more unpredictable, and more likely to disrupt traditional roles than previous technologies. And let's be honest, it's a bit more confusing. It's more complex. There's a lot of media generating negative emotions around it. This anxious reaction is not irrational, it's human. Change, especially rapid technological change, creates genuine uncertainty about the future. But here's what history also shows us. The organizations and leaders who approached these transitions with curiosity rather than fear, who saw opportunity rather than threat, these were the ones who thrived. This section is about making that shift. From seeing AI as something to fear or resist, to seeing it as a strategic tool for creating value. And that's a key phrase, strategic tool, not magic solution. AI is not going to solve every problem or transform every aspect of your business overnight, but used strategically, it creates real opportunities that did not exist before. The difference between organizations that succeed with AI and those that struggle often is not about technology, it's about mindset. Do you see AI as a threat to manage or as an opportunity to leverage? Over the next several lessons, we're going to explore specific ways AI creates opportunity in business. We'll start by examining how innovation always introduces uncertainty and why that's not just acceptable, it's necessary. You'll learn frameworks for embracing uncertainty productively rather than letting it paralyze decision making. Then we'll look at concrete areas where AI delivers measurable value, productivity gains, enhanced customer experience, and competitive advantage. We'll move beyond abstract capabilities to specific, practical applications you can evaluate for your organization. We'll explore how to use curiosity and adaptability, qualities you already possess as a leader, to overcome fear and resistance, both in yourself and in your team. And we'll discuss how to identify genuine AI opportunities versus hype so you can focus resources where they'll deliver real returns. Here's the core principle for this entire section. AI doesn't create opportunity by itself. It creates opportunity when you apply it strategically to real business challenges. The opportunity is not in the technology per se, it's in understanding where and how to deploy it for maximum impact. This means the real opportunity is for leaders who can think strategically about AI. Leaders who understand the fundamentals we covered in Section 1, who can evaluate proposals intelligently, and who can guide their organizations to use AI where it adds genuine value. And now that's you. You've built the foundation. So let's explore how to turn that knowledge into competitive advantage. One of your most important roles as a leader is shaping how your organization talks about and thinks about AI. If the dominant narrative in your organization is AI is going to eliminate jobs, or we need AI because everyone else has it, you'll struggle with adoption, face resistance from your team, and likely make poor investment decisions. Former Groupon CEO Andrew Mason said, "When you're in hypergrowth like this, you don't have time to see what's going to happen to the data in the long term," when he was admitting to making decisions without complete information. And Ted Waite, the founder of Gateway, said, "Technology for technology's sake is not innovation. What we in the industry have to be concerned about is what products do as opposed to what the processing power is, directly addressing adopting technology without understanding its purpose. MIT Sloan and Capgemini research findings showed 90% of CEOs believe the digital economy will impact their industry, but less than 15% are executing on a digital strategy. This demonstrated the gap between fear-based belief and strategic action. We're making these decisions based on fear. And Ganesh Iyer, the CEO of Emphasis, said, "One of the factors I believe is the biggest obstacle to transformation is the fear of cannibalism." And Bill Gates said, "The first rule of any technology used in a business is that automation applied to an efficient operation will magnify the efficiency. The second is that automation applied to an inefficient operation will magnify the inefficiency." So technology without proper understanding and preparation definitely can make things worse. But if instead the narrative is AI allows us to eliminate tedious work and focus on what we do best, or AI helps us deliver better customer experiences and make smarter decisions, you're starting to create an environment there where people are motivated to explore possibilities rather than defend against threats. So we don't want people to think we're doing like what Simeon Preston said. We sometimes change technologies just for the sake of changing them rather than evaluating whether they genuinely improve our processes or outcomes. Satya Nadella of Microsoft said, "AI cannot replace human qualities like creativity, empathy, and judgment. Instead, AI will amplify our human capabilities and help cultivate our creative spirit." The World Economic Forum printed a leadership principle stating that this will be a time of massive transition, but you don't have to be a victim of it. We want to help you shape what comes next. And that, as the leader of your organization, is the idea you want to get across to your team and your body of employees. And this section will give you the framework and language to lead that shift in your organization. While you can choose whether or not to adopt AI, you cannot choose whether or not to compete with organizations that are using it strategically. Your competitors are already exploring how AI can reduce costs, improve decision-making, enhance customer experience, and accelerate innovation. Markets are increasingly shaped by companies that leverage AI effectively. This isn't about keeping up with trends or adopting technology for its own sake. It's about recognizing that AI creates genuine competitive advantages and understanding how to capture those advantages for your organization. The good news is that most organizations are still figuring this out. The leaders who understand AI strategically, who know how to separate genuine opportunities from hype, have a significant advantage right now. That window won't stay open forever. The time to develop your opportunity mindset is right now. In section 1, you learned what AI is and how it works. In this section, we're moving from understanding to application, from knowing about AI to identifying where it creates value in your specific context. By the end of this section, you'll improve your ability to look at your organization and identify specific opportunities where AI could deliver measurable impact. You'll understand how to evaluate whether an AI opportunity is genuine or not, and you'll have frameworks for building the curiosity and adaptability in your team that turns AI from a source of anxiety into a driver of growth. The lessons in this section might challenge you to think differently about innovation, uncertainty, and change. They'll ask you to examine where fear might be limiting your strategic thinking and how curiosity can unlock new possibilities. This isn't about blind optimism or embracing AI uncritically. It's about approaching AI strategically with clear eyes about both its capabilities and limitations, and with focus on where it creates genuine business value. Michael Carlin of AbbVie said, "The pace of change is so quick, the winners are going to be the ones that can understand that and adapt the most quickly." So let's begin by exploring why innovation always brings uncertainty and why that's actually a sign you're moving in the right direction. The 20th century American industrialist, J.P. Getty, said there's always an element of chance, and you must be willing to live with that element. If you insist on certainty, you will paralyze yourself.